Welcome to the new setup.
I'm gonna put that in.
Actually, I'm gonna put that in. Okay. Welcome to episode 6 of the Top Gear Philippines podcast. To our viewers, you might have noticed that the setup looks a bit different. And to our listeners, you may have also noticed that the sound is a bit different and it's clearer. And it's because we have new toys, courtesy of our boss, Carlo. Thank you,
I
boss.
hope it's a little bit clear.
So our first agenda for today is
It's
news.
pretty big.
Just one, but it's really big. The all new Nissan Patrol is out. It's the Y63, and I want to hear your thoughts on this one, guys. And I'm gonna start with the person who didn't write the article, which is us three. So, Miss Sheng, do you have any thoughts on the all new Patrol?
I'm not sure if I can say it now, but I saw this before it was launched last year. So we have the Patrol and also the Armada. There's one more, but I don't think I can say. Or let's just leave that out to be safe if you guys want. So after 14 years, we have an all-new generation. The headline that we chose to go for are also the two key features. So 3.5-liter twin turbo V6. We will talk about that later. And also air suspension.
Oh no.
Carlo.
You reacted first, so
I don't know. I've always liked the Patrol, and I think that the Patrol has always been a good, I don't know, backup to the LC, because everyone wants to have an LC,
Yeah.
but you tend to ignore the Patrol because it's got a V8, diba? I mean, you touched on this in your.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because if you buy a full-size SUV anyway, you don't care about fuel bills.
Yes. Yeah, but the more important thing is the air suspension.
Yeah, you had a pretty violent reaction to that one, Carlo.
A little bit, because I've always found air suspensions are, you have an air tank and you have things that have to be airproof, and suddenly the slightest pinprick and suddenly your whole system's not working properly now. So I've always found that coil springs were always just a better, more reliable option. Although I understand the appeal then of a car that can go up and down as needed. Diba?
So if you're going hard off-roading, better bring an extra set of suspension.
That's true.
Actually, no. If you're off-roading with a Patrol, make sure you have another Patrol with you with coil springs.
the previous generation.
Yeah, the previous one.
You just get it. Now, I do like how it looks. It's really, really good. I mean, at first I was looking at it, then I was thinking, I don't think this works. Then I got to see more photos of it. Actually, it's pretty good. What do you guys think about the design?
I prefer the Armada.
Oh yeah, the Armada.
Armada looks better for me.
The North American
North
Patrol,
American Patrol.
except in Mexico.
So, interesting bit. Nissan also put out an Armada Pro 4X, which is the more rugged off-road ready version. We also put out a story on that. If you want to learn more, check out our website. So yeah, I also like how the Pro 4X specifically, how that one looks. It's more macho. It still has air sus, so your doubts about its off-roading prowess are still there, but it has a better approach angle. It has off-road all-terrain tires, and it doesn't look like something you wouldn't want to bang on rocks or something.
Well, it's
Moves.
exciting car, because we test drove it. You drove it. You liked it. The old Patrol. So, well, hopefully this one lives up to all the expectations we have of a Patrol.
So anyway, we'll wait for when we can actually get to test drive the all-new Patrol, or when it finally launches here, which we hope is soon.
Might take a while, actually.
Soon sana. I'm hoping sooner rather than later. 'Cause,
Okay,
the
here's-
LC has been here for a while.
Here's why. Middle East gets it first, obviously, because it was launched there. And then it's 2026 for rest of the world. And then 2027 for the rest of the world.
2026.
Okay,
It's
so-
only 2024 now.
Forget the what? Forget what I
Forget about
said.
the Patrol.
Forget what I said. So goodbye, Patrol. We'll see you in 2 years. Anyway, so we're moving on to the next segment of our podcast, which is something I thought about recently. Like, just throw in a question. This is the question of the week. Carlo was actually worried about this one, but it's going to be pretty simple. Just off the top of your heads, give me an answer. This is going to be the format for it. It's very simple this week. Let's get to the stupid questions
Because those are the best
in
questions.
later episodes. So the question is, off the top of your head, if you could replace your daily right now, what would you get? Ikaw.
Does it have
CRV.
to be locally available?
Yes, locally available. Sorry,
Oh.
CRV.
Yeah.
Ikaw.
I was looking at HRVs recently.
Honda. I don't know if this applies to Carlo because you have 2 new cars,
Well, I've been stalking a lot of secondhand Prados.
but brand new.
Brand new.
Brand new dapat.
Get brand new.
Prado makes sense.
Prado. Well, you replace the Outback. with the Prado
Would probably replace the Outback with the
because
Prado.
it's too expensive.
Because the
But yeah,
Outback does a lot of fuel economy problems.
I would get a Civic, but I don't think the question applies to me because I was the one who thought about it. So I had a lot of time. But I would get a Civic RS.
Honda, 3 out of 4.
Oh my
Gosh,
God.
yeah. Hi, Laika.
Unintentionally.
Oh.
Okay, so
I
that's
mean-
that for the question.
I mean, you said top of mind, so
These are basically the cars we've been stalking.
Yeah. So anyway, what's up next?
Yeah, the next is the marketplace. And a little bit more interesting about the marketplace this week is we've decided that
we should have themes for this.
Yes,
actually.
we
So
have
it's not all BMWs.
also. So the theme this week is basically weird cars.
Or odd finds, yeah.
Yeah, weird stuff that you see on Facebook that we just can't help but, really? That's being sold?
So, I want to start this one because
Okay.
I don't think my find actually falls under the weird category.
Weird or odd or
My
random.
algorithm has not failed me or has failed me, whichever way you look at it. So what I found is a 1997 Dodge Road Trek. It's an RV.
Oh, yes.
Which I find is pretty odd because you don't want an RV in the Philippines. You don't need an RV. I don't know. Maybe you do, but it's being sold for 1,050,000 pesos.
Grabe that your
expensive.
overhang on this one.
And it's converted to diesel engine. It has an Isuzu engine.
Okay. You know the original engine on those?
What?
It's a 5.2 V8.
Yeah.
Because it
very
needs it.
American. Very American. It's so heavy.
So it's replaced with what? Like a 2.4 liter Isuzu engine.
There are guys who LS swap their cars. And then there's this guy. An old Isuzu diesel engine on it. It looks okay. May bidet yung CR.
Look, it even
There's a
has
bidet.
curtains.
Yeah.
I think it wins this week. No,
does?
not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. But it's a full-on RV with, like, it has a stove, may microwave, nakalagay, no smoking, please.
What?
And the microwave has a please do not use.
So it doesn't have a microwave.
Kumain ka na malaki.
Okay.
It has a microwave, it doesn't work.
The more you describe the interior, the weirder it gets, and we like
Okay,
it.
stove not available.
It's so, the question from me is this actually a factory option?
No, it's a conversion van.
Okay. And who does the conversion for this?
I have no idea.
Oh my god, Anton doesn't know?
Because there are several companies. You have Winnebago who can convert those vans.
Yeah.
You have Explorer. You have et cetera, et cetera. So I'm not sure who builds this one.
Si Atoy pala.
I will end with the note from the seller. It says, see to appreciate.
Yes.
It just
Kayo
doesn't
na
come with
bahala
a stove.
mag-interpret. Anyway, next.
I think we'll go with yours, Anton.
Okay, so with mine, actually just scrolling around, my algo's all like wired up already, and I actually saw an airplane head for sale, but this is not what we're talking about. so we're gonna go stick to cars. If anyone's curious, someone's selling the head of a Douglas DC-5 airplane. If anyone wants to buy that, just why not? But anyway, for the car, it's a brand that was never sold here. And it was, of course, a car also that was never sold here. And not a lot of those in Southeast Asia, at least, are familiar with this brand. So it's a Rover. So it's a Rover without the land. And it's a 75.
Interesting.
So,
I'm opening it now.
Go on.
I have no idea what this is.
okay, so the Rover 75, it's a British car. And it was supposed to be the car that would save Rover without the land. It was co-developed with BMW, so there's still a BMW theme
Just couldn't stay away from it.
still going on here. And technically, that is the very first front-wheel drive BMW. The BMW basically is the very last quote-unquote
last Rover.
all-new Rover. And it's
This
a big...
came with the V8.
Yes,
Yes,
it did.
Man,
did.
It reminds me of the X-Type.
Yes.
Nina Joyce.
Very
much.
Jaguar yung-
Labas, yung loob, and it comes with a V8, but yeah.
Yeah, but this one is a V6. It's a 2.5-liter V6, so not a BMW engine.
Oh no.
And it's Rover's own V6, so another oh no. And another sign here is It is a rush sale as is. It is a rare unit.
Well,
so,
yes.
so good luck trying to find parts for this one. But seller is, I'm not going to name him anymore, but a little ambitious with the pricing
A little bit.
at 300,000 pesos.
For this. Like, my God, yung sakit sa ulo. Is it worth? No, it's not.
No, okay, here's the thing about project cars.
300,000 is gonna be the cheapest you spend to acquire it, right?
Yes.
After that, it's just a money pit.
Here's the thing about project cars. This is the philosophy of some people. If you're gonna give yourself a headache, give yourself the maximum headache.
That's not
Here
a
you
good
go.
philosophy. It's not a good philosophy.
You know, I do that for a car I'd actually like.
Yeah, but none of us actually like this car.
Who actually likes this?
It kind of
Yeah, said
piques
the
my interest.
yeah, says the person who loves the Murano Cross Cabrio. But
I love
that's
the Murano
Piques your interest, but will you like it? Then I don't know.
I don't know. This one, because to be fair, I remember reading about it in one of my dad's old British magazines when they were developing it and bringing it to motor shows. And I was like, the story behind it's interesting.
yeah.
It was the card that should have saved Rover. Okay, so that's your weird find. And what a weird find it is. I think we can go to something a bit less weird, but more with Sheng's find.
Okay, so I'm back with a Land Cruiser 70. It's a 79 again, so the pickup. But it's a 6x6. So,
Looks good.
so it's a conversion like Leandre's road trick. This one is done by a
Anton,
company
joke
called Hindi, but I looked into it. So it's done by Black Mountain Expedition. So you can't get a 6x6 from Toyota. It's really converted. So I was asking about this earlier. It's lengthened and strengthened to add the third axle. So you get the 2 extra wheels. Transmission is also different. What else? There's a third differential.
There's a fourth
differential.
actually.
So front, center, then 2
First rear and the second rear.
Oh my god. All right. So 14 million pesos, I'm guessing.
That's a bit much.
Because it's listed at 14. So
I can't say that.
But I don't know. It seems like a lot of work.
it does.
Upkeep.
And
And
if
it
something
looks
breaks.
and it looks like a lot of work to drive around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although with a car like this, people get out of your way.
Okay, I'm genuinely curious. Okay, so it's lifted, it's wider, it's taller, it's the length of a flatbed truck.
I can tow your project cars out.
You
That's
can
the
tow
point.
my Rover.
That's the point.
I think I know where this question's going.
Is this classified as class 2 in the tall group?
It might be because it's more. Because I think
I think it will be.
it will because I think the classification is number of axles. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
number of axles.
right.
So I guess from there we have to decide who had the most on-theme car.
I like Leandre's description of his car. Because it's like, oh, you can buy this, but we're not including the stove. Oh, we have a microwave, but please don't use it.
See to appreciate.
I actually don't like my car as a weird find, but now that you mentioned it,
It's a weird.
The
fact.
ad itself.
it's a weird find.
Like, the more you read it, the weirder it gets.
I was scrolling through my marketplace and I was thinking, wala akong entry this week.
And then suddenly this
That was the only one I saw na medyo pasok dun sa weird find.
It's weird because like hindi uso yung RVs dito. People don't until recently. Diba?
Yeah.
People didn't really
It's
consider
old
that.
and beat up, so it was used.
Somehow, yeah.
Imagine man, you don't know who slept in your car.
Can you imagine cleaning the septic tank of that one?
Just overhaul the entire thing if you want to buy it.
Or just burn it?
And it costs
Burn the
million.
upholstery.
So Leander had the weirdest car this week.
Okay, interesting. Sige. So I think it's
Everyone agree. It's an agreement.
I think that the theme next week is vintage bikes. Joke lang.
Sige, magsaka.
It's just me and Leander.
Motorcycles. So just kidding. All right, so that's the weirdest find for the week.
Yes, so that
We
means
move
Leander
on.
gets to choose the theme next week.
All right. I'll surprise everyone. Let's move on to the next segment, which is CarLaw.
CarLaw.
CarLaw is back.
It's back because we have some rain, quite a lot of rain actually. So we've got a lot of questions in our inbox actually on insurance.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically insurance is hindi naman siya gambling, no? But basically it's you pay someone a fixed fee so that they undertake to pay you if something happens to your car that it's unknown event. So if you had into an accident or you lose your car stolen, the insurance will pay you out. So that's the basic understanding. Everyone understands that. But there's a lot of little things that insurance does na specific sa law na a lot of people don't realize. So if there's one thing that's my major pet peeve is when you post your car online and you say insurance until 2025.
Okay, what does that mean?
That doesn't mean anything because insurance is generally not transferable.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you're the insured. So you enter
Your
into a
name
contract
is on the.
with the
Oh,
insurance
okay,
company.
okay.
So
okay.
if you buy a car,
It doesn't mean anything.
it doesn't mean anything.
The policy belongs to you,
The
not
policy belongs to you, not to the dealer.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
okay, because since you mentioned that, no, does that mean that let's say I buy a car and the seller says, "Oh, it's insured until X year."
It's insured for him.
It's insured for him. But if I drive it around, does that mean I'm driving an uninsured vehicle?
Well, now it gets a little bit more complicated because technically the insurance is for the person who insured
Who's
it
listed there? Yeah,
or someone he authorizes to drive it,
So,
which is not the buyer.
which is technically could be you were driving it with my permission kind of thing.
okay, so on that note, yung mga demo units that we drive from manufacturers, technically we have their permission to drive
Yes,
because
so it's
most of
fine.
them have it in writing.
so
That's
we're
why they
insured.
can make insurance claims.
And that's why waivers exist, Leandre.
That's why waivers.
That's why
yeah.
they keep bugging us to submit the waivers before they release the cars.
Okay, so I that was also my concern. Paano pag hindi sa'yo, but you drive it?
Yeah, but of course, all of this is dependent on your insurance contract. So my recommendation always just read it. It's like usually 6-7 pages. It might seem legalese, but if you don't understand it, you shouldn't be signing it in the first place. But general rule is when you sell the car, it doesn't transfer with the car. So you have to be careful with that because you might be driving around the car you bought off marketplace, a weird car you bought out of marketplace.
Insured daw.
With a broken microwave.
Broken microwave. Nah, suddenly it's not insured. So you get an accident and suddenly, you're tough.
You thought you had insurance.
Yeah.
And then you get into an accident. Oh no.
Yeah, but actually, the another thing that makes it interesting is something I've used personally a lot. Did you know? Okay, let's say you bought a car, Anton,
Yeah.
and then you're 6 months into your insurance, you sell your car. What happens to your insurance?
Well, since you mentioned it earlier, so it still stays with me, I guess.
Did you know that you can get it refunded?
Oh.
Oh.
As in by law. Basically, the law provides that if there's something not exposed to risk because the car's not yours anymore, you can literally write your insurance provider and they'll pay you the prorated unused insurance. Sometimes we have to sell cars. We don't actually know when we're going to sell the car. It just happens na, okay, I just renewed my insurance. And then suddenly, okay, there's a buyer na. Okay, I just paid for insurance. What's going to happen? Diba? You can just write your insurer and say, okay, we sold your car. I sold my car on this date. There's 11 months left. Can you refund me 11 months? Okay.
Okay.
Not even a question.
Does it take a while? Have you done it before?
I've done it before. And what I do is I just have them, okay, I saved this much. Can you just apply it to my next insurance policy
Oh.
for the car I
Same,
trade?
same insurance
trade in.
company din naman.
I've stayed with the same one for a while. Because the nice thing of staying with the same one then is sometimes the rates can go lower. It's easier to negotiate.
So they have your history.
Yeah.
Like if you've had accidents before.
Yeah. So yeah, so interesting stuff with insurance na you just don't know.
Yeah.
If you guys wanna need tips or whatever on ownership or driving in the flood, we have a lot of those on the website. Actually, we should just link it in the comments. We can't do it in Spotify. We'll probably do it on YouTube. But yeah, we should advise our readers more.
Yeah. You can just check out our articles on both insurance and also driving the flood, keeping your car, how to check if a car's been flooded before you buy it, something like that. No?
Sige, Anton, what are you driving this week?
It's a very familiar car for everyone because it is the second facelift of the Mitsubishi Montero Sport.
Hey, I've seen that grill light up.
Yeah,
It lights up.
Looks
it
weird.
lights up.
It like I saw one on the road. Then sabi ko, ay, yun yung sinasabi ni Anton. It lights up. I told you it lights up.
No, but that was the thing that we did not like about BMWs.
You're getting it today, diba?
Yeah,
Should be
it's
at
being
home.
sent home. Yeah. And what else is new with it? So it's got a new grille. It lights up. It has wheels
In time for Christmas.
It has a Myvec engine that's been there for so long.
since 2014. 14 actually.
It's still the 2.4.
Interior.
Still the 2.4.
But you know, to be
Interior-wise.
fair, the 2.4 is very tepid and it's
Oh yeah,
good,
you
it's
had
good.
one.
I
You
like
had
I like
one.
that engine. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you had one. The
I like
4x4.
that engine a lot.
But interior-wise, is there anything new?
The digital instrument cluster is inspired by the X-Force.
Does it have a new head unit?
I shall find out when I get home later.
I hope it has a new head unit. I really do hope it has a head unit. The one you're getting is the top of the line.
It's a 4-wheel drive, yeah.
Well, I just hope that they finally fixed the transmission tunnel because that I could never fit in the automatic Montero.
They did not.
They won't. Until the next generation, it's gonna be a problem for you.
No, it's got that wide plastic kasi. That
Yeah, they
Yeah,
didn't. They
yeah.
didn't change it.
They won't. They probably won't until the
Wait for the all new
all
model.
new, which is set to arrive. I don't
Well,
know.
they said 2025 2 years ago.
So
That's all the time we have for this week.
we're done.
Yes.
We're done. All right. So thank you guys for listening. And again, if you haven't yet, like, subscribe on YouTube and Spotify. And that's it for us this week. We'll see you again, or you'll hear us again next week.
And stay safe.
Bye.
We may ID tayo today.